Here are some things I expect a man to pay for while I'm dating him or we're in a relationship. All dates. Like, sir, you're courting me, you're dating me, like, you should be paying for the date. I don't pay for dates, so what are we doing here? Why would you ask me on a date if you're not gonna pay for it? That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I know you don't want to look at my crusty nails, and my nails are never crusty because I'm a model, so I have to get my nails done for shoots, and I usually upkeep my nails once every 2 weeks, so you gotta be able to afford my nails to be done once every 2 weeks. You just have to date me. Honestly, when it comes to hair, I have that wash and go hair, but still, products are expensive. Like my conditioners, my leave-ins, my detanglers, my co-washes. Hair is expensive. So I'm going to need you to front the bill on that. You need to help me out. Now, if you guys don't already know, Ubers are a given, a must. I do not pay for my transportation to these dates. You must get my Uber. That is just the standard. I don't like looking like a bush monkey, so waxing is a given. I feel like nobody wants to see that. So, yeah. You got my wax, right? You got my wax. Now, further down the line, I'm not talking about the first few dates, but eventually, you're gonna have to pay my rent. Girls got bills to pay, and I am too feminine to, pay for myself. So, I do that now, but, if I'm with you, why would I pay for my own bills? Ugh, no.
You guys keep sending me this video, and honestly, this girl goes viral every few months regarding the same thing, her standards. A lot of people judge her for her standards because of how she looks, and a lot of you guys don't agree with it. Me personally, I don't see an issue with her standards because they're her standards. But because she decided to share this with the internet, which I don't recommend that you come online and you tell a group of strangers what your standards are when it comes to your dating life or your relationship. The only thing that I really don't agree with when it comes to this entire situation is the fact that she told TikTok, which somehow ended up on the Shade Room, which somehow ended up going viral, which now her face is plastered along the side of this list that she has for men to date her. Then on top of all of that, another thing that I don't really agree with is the fact that every time she would give a reason behind why she had these standards, it was always backed by something that was very shallow.
I know you don't want to look at my crusty nails. I don't like looking like a bush monkey, so waxing is a given. I feel like nobody wants to see that. You're going to have to pay my rent. Girls got bills to pay, and I am too feminine to pay for myself. So
I have to keep it real with you guys. I look at this in two ways. Are there people that are judging her simply because she does not meet the beauty standards based off of society? Of course. But I also feel like she put herself in the arena with these people, and the reason is because she kept referring back to shallow reasons as to why these are her standards. She doesn't talk about how she's kind, she has a beautiful personality and all of that. She referred to her natural hair growth on her vagina. She compared it to a monkey. Then she went into saying that, oh, I don't pay bills, I'm too feminine to pay bills and things like that. But then she's going to be judged because now she's putting herself in this arena. Men are going to say things like, are you even feminine looking enough to get your bills paid for? My point is, don't put yourself in a shallow arena and then not expect to be judged from a shallow standpoint. And that's exactly what she did. So of course they're ripping her apart. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, Yanie, if she met the beauty standards, no one would care. You're right. You're right. Because whenever we involve beauty and money, you can bank on people being vain. Let's not be naive here. And then not only that, she kept backing up her reasonings with vain reasons like crusty nails. My vagina doesn't need to look like a wild monkey. And then I'm too feminine to pay bills. All of those reasons were shallow. A lot of you guys are going to be fake positive because you don't want to seem like you're being shallow because she is going against the standard of beauty and she has these high standards. Let's keep it all the way real. Let's not sugarcoat it. She came online telling the whole world, telling social media, which is a very shallow place. And this is why people are having debates about her standards, whether or not she looks the part for her standards, because her reasons behind why a man should pay for this or pay for that, it was backed up by shallow reasons. And so she reduced herself to a price tag based off of shallow reasons. So now people are picking her apart based off of her shallow reasons. Most men have an idea of what they're getting themselves into just simply based off of how you carry yourself. And this is why a lot of men don't like you wearing makeup. A lot of men don't like you getting your nails done. A lot of men don't like you getting your hair done, getting your eyebrows done, your lashes done, because all of those things are things that they cannot afford. So when men see that, they already have an idea of what it's going to take to date you and to be in a relationship with you. They're not going to approach you if they don't think that A, that they can bag you. That's number one. And B, if they can actually afford you. Of course, you're going to get some dusties that try, but even they know they can't bag you. They're just doing it just to do it, just to see what you're going to say. Men know based off of how you choose to carry yourself. You don't have to go on TikTok. You don't have to make these announcements. This is why typically when you don't have your beauty maintenance, like your nails and stuff like that, men typically approach you more. And it's because they feel like you are something that they can afford. So prime example is, in a lot of cases, you get approached more when you're not all done up, when you're not all dolled up, and it's because men feel like, oh my God, I can afford her. But as soon as you get dolled up, as soon as you get your hair done, your nails done, you looking good, you dressing good, you look amazing, a lot of men tend to be intimidated by you or intimidated by just your overall appearance because they feel like they cannot afford you. Keep your standards, but focus more on how you carry yourself. You don't have to make announcements. Men know when they're dealing with quality. And when they know they're dealing with quality, if they can't afford you, they tend not to approach you at all. So you don't have to go online and tell people and tell the world what your standards are. Men know just based off of how you carry yourself. So if you want to be treated like a princess, treat yourself like a princess. Take yourself out on dates. Get your nails done routinely. Get your hair done. Pay your Ubers. Pay your wax. Pay your rent. When you're doing all of these things, men see that. And they know in order to truly bag you, they got to afford that list. So you don't have to make announcements on the internet. Keep that to yourself. And also, before I end this video, if you get in the comment section and you start making this about how she looks, you need to grow up. The reason is because the internet is not the place. It's not your diary. We are not your homegirls where we're having a private conversation. You are on the internet telling the whole world. Move in silence. Focus on how you carry yourself. I don't care what you look like. Focus on how you treat yourself. And men will know because you set the tone based off of how you treat yourself and your boundaries. That's all you need to focus on. But this ain't it.
Good morning, y'all. I just woke up. I had a night last night. The Shade Room reposted one of my viral videos. I had like friends calling me to check on my mental health.
The whole world
to see
in
if
your
I was
business.
okay. It was a whole ordeal yesterday. But I came out here to say one thing. The men and the women in these comments talking about I am not attractive enough to get what I'm asking for, that I'm not worthy enough to have high standards. You're never gonna get it, 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 woo, 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 woo. You're never gonna get it. You don't have a chance with me. You're big mad. You're big Build-A-Bear mad because you're never gonna get a chance with me. So keep talking that talk. It's just elevating me. Every time you say something bad about me, it makes me more beautiful, more desirable, richer, prettier. So keep on with the comments. I love it.
You guys, again, she's using a shallow term like big Build-A-Bear. She's asking for all the shallow people to come out of their crevices with their keyboards. This is why you should just move in silence. And she also is too fixated and focused on fake positivity. She thinks she's right. And this is what social media is doing to people. Like, it's literally creating people that feel like they do no wrong, they're right. And it's like, she really does need to change her approach though. No one is trying to humble her. She just needs to change her approach. Listen, her standards are what they are. But at the end of the day, in order for her standards to be met, she needs to change her approach, and how she talks, how she chooses to carry herself will take her further than this. That's my point.